Okay, so we are getting more information. This email describes a synopsis of a, quote, victim's interview. The victim even brags about massaging Prince Andrew, former Duke of York, son of former Queen Elizabeth, brother to current King of England. Let's just read this email, shall we? Redacted. Was nice to speak with you. Thank you for sending. Best. REDACTED. Special Agent. FBI New York Field Office. Child X, Iowa-tation, human trafficking. Sent. Friday, March 19, 2021, 3:12 p.m. 2. Redacted. Subject. Redacted. Thank you for your time today. Redacted. Here's my list info with the link to redacted pic at the bottom. Redacted. Worked for Epstein from 1991 to at least 1998. Recruited me for Epstein in July 1991. Worked with and knew Ghislaine Maxwell. Well, the roommate after me said Maxwell called the apartment all of the time and redacted. Would drop everything, cancel plans, and be out the door to go to Epstein. Bragged about massaging Prince Andrew twice on Martha's Vineyard in the early to mid-90s. Birthday, July 1967 to 69, approximately. Originally from Minneapolis, MN. Mother's name, redacted. Our former apartment address, redacted. Early 90s. Redacted. Redacted her sister, cell hash. Redacted owner of a Pilates studio in NYC. Picture of redacted on staff at this NY yoga studio as recent as December 2018. Best. Redacted. So next we have all victim list, investigative case 31 ENY 3027571. Investigative case title, white slave traffic, ACT, CHILD, prostitution. This document shows a list of 58 victims. Their names are redacted. Only 3 victims' email addresses were verified. That figure to me seems well low to be viable. 3 out of 58 is terrible verification, and would not surprise me if this was not accepted by a judge, for lack of verification. Here we have the contents of evidence from his New York mansion. I have previously covered the mansion in Dataset 1, before that became corrupted. Some of the items are Jeffrey Epstein, 50 DNY minus 30,227,571. 1B28 Silver Apple Desktop. Computer with keyboard and mouse. 1B38. 1 cellophane containing 1 data traveler 4 GB. USB. 1B39. 1 cellophane containing 1 data traveler 4 GB. USB. 1B401 cellophane containing 1 Mentor Media 32 GB. USB. 1B411 HP compact machine. 1B421 Cube 9000 site server, black/silver. 1B43 1 Dell machine. 1B4510 assorted CDs. 1B531 Apple desktop computer with keyboard and mouse. 1B541 Apple desktop computer with keyboard and mouse. 1B55 White Apple iPhone 5. 1B561 Seagate Backup Plus. Portable Drive 1 TB. 1B571 Gray Apple desktop computer with keyboard and mouse. 1B581 Sony camera with black case. 1B59 1 MSIPC computer in a brown box. 1B601 Seagate Barracuda 7200 hard drive 80 GB. 1B61 1 Dell Precision Tower 5810. 1B621 Sony Vaio laptop. 1B6345 assorted CDs. 1B64 1 Sony BM 560 recorder. 1B651 Silver Olympus recorder. 1B66 1 Black Radio Shack recorder. 1B671 Space Gray Apple iPad. 1B68 1 Space Gray Apple iPad. 1B691 Silver iPad 64 GB. 1B701 Apple desktop computer. 1B71 111 Black iPhone. 1B72 11 Silver iPad. 1B752 Blue binders with 58 discs inside. 1B784 binders with 68 discs inside. 1B80 Mac desktop labeled Kitchen Mac Gray. 1B8 1 Silver Mac laptop labeled JE. Big laptop black bag. In black bag. 1B82 Silver MacBook Pro. 1B83 Silver iPad. 1B84 Silver iPad model in case. 1B85 Silver Mac Desktop with mouse and keyboard. 1B87 Silver Mac Desktop. 1B96 Toshiba Laptop with charger. 1B97 HP Laptop with charger. 1B98 Silver Desktop Mac with keyboard. 1B99 Red Nikon camera. 1B102 Silver MacBook Desktop with keyboard. 1B103 Apple iPod Shuffle on watch band. 1B106 Dell Inspiron Tower with power cord. 1B107 Silver Mac Desktop. 1B108 Olympus Digital Voice Recorder. 1B118 Silver Mac Desktop. 1B119 HP Desktop Tower. 1B120 HP Tower. 1B121 Mac Desktop. 1B122 Lenovo Tower. 1B123 Lenovo Tower. 1B124 HP Tower. So there we go. Those are most of the items on the list. I trimmed it down for a better viewing experience, but if you want a deep dive, you can pause the video and read the file on screen. Date: Wednesday, the 20th of May, 2020, 21 hours, 14 minutes and 59 seconds. Hi, redacted. I spoke to the other attorney in Florida today, and she is representing the below victims. They are requesting the 12 counseling sessions. Can you confirm they are identified victims? Thanks, redacted. Forwarded message. From redacted. Date: May 20th, 2024, 49 p.m. Subject: M clients / Jeffrey Epstein victims. 2. Redacted. Thank you so much for giving me a call today to discuss the therapy options for my 3 clients, who were among the original plaintiffs, who filed civil lawsuits against Jeffrey Epstein in South Florida. As I mentioned, 2 are still in the redacted and 1 is now living in redacted. All 3 are in need of counseling services. You mentioned that you will double-check the list of known JE victims to confirm they are eligible for therapy assistance. I am providing these names to you confidentiality, with the understanding that they will never become part of a public record, and will otherwise remain confidential due to the women's statuses as victims of child sexual abuse by Jeffrey Epstein. They have never been publicly identified in any court records or media. So just to jump in here quickly, for these victims to be able to get therapy, they must comply with the understanding that they have never been publicly identified. That is, mental. That means that if they have been identified any time before this, they will not get access help. Anyway, back to this document. In the event that 1 or more of these women has not been previously identified to the FBI, please let me know what information you need to determine their eligibility, and I will get it to you in short order. I would ask that all contact about these 3 women be through me or my office, rather than with the women directly. As we discussed on the phone, among the lingering effects for each of them is a fundamental distrust of anyone trying to obtain information. Epstein. He was not above lying and trickery during the course of the lawsuits, and he certainly had enough resources to buy real-looking, fake credentials for people to pose as FBI agents. So as sad as it is, they all assume that anyone who contacts them has to be lying about their identities and motives. Also, as I mentioned, none of them redacted. It is probably best for everyone that I'm the communications conduit for everything. Please let me know what you need to get the counseling for each up and running. I will contact the therapist that I know in that redacted area that redacted was interested in seeing to see if she takes credit cards, and I will also do some homework on redacted that you mentioned. Redacted will definitely need some referrals or recommendations if you have them. She does not have any particular therapist in mind at this time. Thanks again, and please know that I remain committed to assisting your team with their investigation in any way that I can, even if it does not involve my clients specifically. Between redacted and I, we probably have the best combined institutional knowledge of the case through 2011. I will readily admit redacted, that is a much better resource for everything post-2011. But if I can assist in any way, please let me know. Redacted. Redacted. Of counsel. This is just jaw-dropping. Quote, he was not above lying and trickery during the course of the lawsuits, and he certainly had enough resources to buy real-looking fake credentials for people to pose as FBI agents. So as sad as it is, they all assume that anyone who contacts them has to be lying about their identities and motives. That is fucking mental, that the FBI doesn't even have any credibility, that they have been so internally paranoid of each other, of the agents they work with. A secret classified task force had to be started with the purpose of trying to rebuild relations between the victims and the FBI due to Epstein. Having had people previously impersonate the FBI, which I don't believe is the case. Or more likely Epstein owned, via blackmail, the highest members of police force in every division in more than just the USA. Jeffrey Epstein was trafficking from European countries, mainly Russia, buying children from orphanages, children's homes, and from other organized human trafficking operations worldwide, even direct links to the cartels, who are responsible for his death in prison.